international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us here at Real TV, where we bring reality to you. My dear friends, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Budusing Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, get your pen, get your notebook so you can take notes and important numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Nathaniel Reed, on behalf of the team, we'd like to wish each and every one of you a beautiful, blessed, productive, and great day today, reminding you life is what you make of it, all right? The choices you make today will certainly determine your tomorrow. So I wish you all a beautiful, blessed day today. It's the middle of the work week, already the 7th day in this brand new year, brand new month, Wednesday, the 7th of January, 2026. A day and time we'll never have the opportunity to ever have again in life. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. It's your anniversary. Happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special. And don't take your loved ones for granted, all right? Tomorrow is not promised. Cherish them. Love them. It's important to have a conversation to express gratitude. These things are extremely important, all right? Nathaniel, let's go to our quote for today, please. And our quote says, "Stay away from gossip. Stay away from gossip tables. When you leave the seat, your name takes it." Aha! Silence protects your dignity. Distance protects your peace. Wisdom chooses better company. This is a new year. Out with the old, in with the new. If you know your friends are toxic or they bring about negativity, then you know what you need to do. I don't need to tell you. You're wise enough to know to choose your friends wisely. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Thank you, Nathaniel. And of course, today I'm in conversation with a gentleman who is very much a strength here on Conversations with Zelisa. We all look forward to spending that time with him on a Wednesday as he continues to share his wealth of knowledge and experience, and that combined is a great guru, a wonderful teacher. Let's say good morning and a warm welcome and a happy new year going out to Mr. Chankaramtal, Social Welfare Advisor. Nice to have you with us, sir.
Thank you very much, Zal, and it's my pleasure to be here as well. And I want to take this opportunity to wish you, your staff, and the nation at wide a very happy, safe, and prosperous new year.
Thank you, sir. Many happy returns to you and your lovely family and friends and all the lives that you continue to touch and assist. All the very best for this brand new year. Not brand new that much again, already
That's
7
right.
days old. You see, that's the importance of time. Before you know it, it goes away and we don't have the opportunity to ever get it back. And so it is important. You never get the opportunity to have a second chance for first impression. So always make
That's
that
for sure.
first impression a good one, a lasting one. Yeah? Great. Mr. Ramtahal, today we're going to be talking about the public assistance grants, and I'm sure that's something that people would be very grateful to hear. Still, in 2026, there are people in this country who are not aware of the grants that are available. And so we will continue to pioneer, we will continue to be that beacon of light that will continue to share important information with our viewers near and far. Yeah?
All right, so today I have chosen a topic where I will elaborate a little more as to the dynamics of the social welfare system.
Okay, great.
The social welfare system is administered by the Ministry of Social Development.
Nice.
And that in itself says something. Ministry of Social Development, where the influence is on the population, all right? The population of the country.
Nice.
So in cases where you have families who are without adequate income, all right? or because of one reason or the other, then the social welfare department comes in with the aim of assisting this family to function in a more adequate way through financial assistance.
Great.
Right? And what it does, who does this? The government in power has the responsibility of administering the functions of the social welfare department, whichever party is in power.
Nice.
So it's not one fixed party that sees about you. It's whichever party has one power through the voting system, through the election of candidates, and they would become the government, and they would appoint persons as head of the various ministries.
And who appoints the government? The people of Trinidad and Tobago.
The population, the voting population, which is persons 18 years and over. So, and we are sharing this knowledge so that people will know exactly who are eligible to vote and choose a government.
And not only that, we give you clarity as to understand that it is, something that was put in place for the government of the day, the ruling party, the ruling government, to continue to assist when it comes to these grants.
That's right.
From the social welfare, right? So it's not given to you by the attendant when you go there, or it's given to you by the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. And how does the system work? The government is entrusted with the responsibility of upkeeping the country.
Correct.
Making sure that the citizens of the country are safe, they are healthy, and they have adequate resources.
Correct.
Safe, you would find there's police, there are soldiers, and and things like that to look after your safety. Income, which would come through your activity as a worker in whatever in whatever way you can, whether as a taxi driver, whether as a laborer, whether as a policeman, whether a soldier, things like that. You are employed by government, and that is how your safety is secured.
Correct.
All right? So all these are systems that contribute to your well-being, and we must remember that. All right. One of those systems as well that contributes to your well-being is what we call the social welfare system. Mm-hmm. Social welfare meaning the welfare of the society, which is me, you, and everybody else who lives in this country.
Correct.
All right?
Yes.
And are supposed to be legal residents. Legal residents, right? So that is important. So we must be aware of these systems so that you know what you can approach it. All right. So you are sent to school by your parents, and you gain an education, and an education allows you to acquire a decent job, whatever it is. And when I say decent, I am not belittling any positions, because all positions, all jobs have their results, have their functions.
You're absolutely correct, and I'm happy that you said that, because
yes.
every job you fill or you occupy, it comes with a duty and responsibility, and that's why you're there. You're hired to do a job, and always remember to do it to the best of your ability. So no job is better than the other, because every person, it doesn't matter, even the lady or the gentleman that's sweeping and cleaning and keeping that environment clean, their role is extremely important, and you have to give respect that is due to each person in whichever job they fill. I like that you said that.
Yes, and that is important.
Of course, the man that's picking up the garbage, if he decides he's not driving that truck, or the people that take it and put it in that vehicle, do you understand how important their role is?
if it's not done properly or if it's not done at all, an epidemic kicks in to your detriment.
Exactly. So just as the doctor is important, and the lawyer is important, and the engineer is important, each person in whichever role they are in, they do have a duty and responsibility and they are needed. That's why they're in that role. And they're very well, should be respected for that.
Yes.
Yeah? Great.
And we must accept that. And we cannot belittle positions. You know, sometimes we feel this position is more important than this position or this one. But I mean, let's think. If the person who's collecting the garbage, you understand, and they don't do that, if they go on strike, an epidemic could kick in.
If the nurse decides,
that's right,
or the nurses decide to go on and they're going to strike, I'm just saying, I'm using an example, or the teachers decide they're not going to teach, do you understand what a disastrous environment that will be in? Yes, the doctors are important, but the nurses are just as important, because they are the ones that ensure you get the medication on time, you get the injection. If, you know, extremely important. Everybody's role is important.
And I'm happy you emphasize that, Sal, and that is a fact. Every person's role is important because, I mean, the doctor role is important if he doesn't come to work, or, I mean, who would attend to you?
So whether you drive a BMW or you drive
exactly.
a Toyota, whatever you drive, you're going to have to pay the same fees, right?
Yes,
right?
that's a fact,
so
yeah.
I just wanted to, we want to be able to establish respect across the board.
And the validity of the function of these employees.
Yeah.
If their work is not done properly, it could affect any one of us.
Of course.
You understand? So, and that's why, you know, I have included this in my presentation this morning.
I'm very grateful for that.
So no job is lower or less important than another job. Their salary might be less, you know, or the salary may be vary depending on the function that you perform.
Right.
But every worker has a role to perform.
Correct.
So that the country can really, you know, progress
Absolutely correct.
correctly.
Well said.
All right. So I'm starting today with the Public Assistance Grant. The Public Assistance Grant is provided to meet the needs of persons where the household income is deemed inadequate. You see, and that's an important role of the Social Welfare Department, where one of their main grants is the Public Assistance Grant. And as the name signifies, is to assist the public, right? For one reason or the other, they are unable to work and support themselves or family, and therefore they would come to the Social Welfare Department where they seek some form of assistance. Investigations are made, and once satisfactory, a grant is provided to this person or he and his family throughout that time of invalidity. So, you know, so we must respect that. We cannot belittle these citizens. What we should do instead is to empathize with them. You understand? Understand how difficult it might be for them to support 3 and 4 children where the head of the household is unable to go to work because of some illness or injury. And that kicks in the importance of the health facilities in the country.
You know, the thing is, we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring.
Exactly.
We don't know, and I want to be very clear about this. It doesn't matter who it is. There are people that find themselves in situations or circumstances that they never imagined that they would find themselves in that place. They are the breadwinners of the homes that probably go to work with a good heart and good faith, and because of an accident or because of some ill fate or some tragedy or some challenge, they cannot, their job would now be compromised and they cannot provide for their family. And that is why the social services are so important, and people are aware. It may not be the amount that we would like or we would want, but it's still something that we should be grateful for, that could assist and help a family in need, especially when it comes to food, you know, and medication and things like that for the elderly. That is important. That should never be compromised. And so that is why it's been established, and we want to also establish that sometimes people don't outright just decide, well, I want to depend on the government, I want to depend on handouts. So it's because of situations and circumstances that they themselves did not anticipate and found themselves in that situation. And so things have been put in place to assist families in need in such situations. With that, this is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. And let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation, talking about the public assistance grant, of course, with Mr. Shankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor. How he qualifies to be an advisor, he's been part of the system. He served this land for many years, all right? So let's go to these messages. When we return, we continue our conversation. Stay with us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
I'm Smith. Have you ever wondered what a man is thinking? Have you ever wondered why a man does what he does? Well, join us on our new show called A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV on Mondays 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., where we discuss just that. The points, the clues to get into a man's mind, right here on Real TV, bringing reality to you.
Hi, I'm Naka, introducing to you Bridging the Gap, where we touch on the news, discuss social issues and current affairs with a twist. Every Monday to Friday in real time, right here on Real TV.
I am Zelisa Singh Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV. To all of our local, our regional and international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us, allowing us to add value, to influence you in a positive way. And when you have good, relevant, sound knowledge and information, that becomes you are empowered, because then you can make better choices and better decisions. Knowledge is power, yeah? Today I'm in conversation with Mr. Shankar Ramtal. He's a social welfare advisor, and today he's talking to us about the public assistant grant. Yeah? Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Under the social welfare division, we have that department, that ministry, looks after the welfare of our senior citizens.
Right.
All right. So, right. One of the grant that is available is the public assistance grant. The public assistance grant is given by persons who are certified unable to work because of some illness, injury, or some other disability.
Correct.
All right. So that person has to be certified unable to work by not a private doctor. It has to be by a doctor at the regional offices, either the health offices, the hospitals, or other institutions.
Public,
Public,
not private.
Private, yes. Well said, yes, Zal. So it is important that we attend to these cases as quickly as possible, because let's think about it. If there's a home with 2 or 3 children, I mean, using an average population, and that the head of the household, and in Trinidad, more likely than not, the male person is the head of the household and the breadwinner. I'm not saying we do not have women. I mean, within recent time, women are stealing the show.
In some cases now,
Oh,
and
yes.
I realize a lot of families are making that decision because the income that the mother is bringing home is a little more than the father, and let us say they have to make a choice. The father is now taking care of the home, taking care of the children, taking to and from school and lessons, and the mother is gainfully employed, and that's a decision I think a lot of people are making now, whoever is bringing in the larger amount.
That's right, and that's the wise decision.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
is wise,
yes,
of course.
yeah, because you know the prices of items. I mean, they go up very often.
I honestly don't see anything wrong in that.
No,
if you
I don't
are
see
a
anything
couple
wrong
of
in
family and you decide, okay, we are making a decision that you will take care of the home because somebody has to. And I was telling a family quite recently, you know, long ago, the mother more or less would be the homemaker. She stays home or she takes care of the home and makes sure everything. When you get a daughter-in-law that is working, gainfully employed, you can't expect her to behave as if, you know, she needs to get the help from her husband as well in order to execute and have their house running well, because she's now working.
That's
so
right.
it's a different dynamic now the way things are happening.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, that is for sure, because I mean, and with the cost of living now, sometimes 2 incomes they find, you know, it's found hard
It's
to
necessary, I'm
Yes.
telling you, because when you think of food, when you think of if you have a mortgage to pay or rent to pay, expenses with your vehicle, your duties and responsibilities with regards to all of your utilities, and you add it up, and then you want, some people feel my child needs some extra lessons. You have to find money. It's not cheap. So when you accumulate all of this, it's a hefty amount of money you have to find.
Surely.
And so
Surely.
sometimes you can't tell, but yes, they both have to work, and some are even doing 2 and 3 jobs to make things happen.
And a lot of people out there face a lot of hardship, you know, Zal.
And that's why that's why children should always be grateful and respectful, and always have some gratitude in their heart for their parents and the sacrifices that they made. You know, they become adults and they seem to have some brain fog or memory loss, and they don't remember that my parents made sacrifices. That's why I am where I am. You know, I understand they would have their duty and responsibilities as well with their family, and we respect that. But don't ever forget your parents and the contribution they made to your life. Have
And-
some gratitude.
And Zal, you know what I feel is important? Regular dialogue with your children. You know, speak to them,
Yes.
explain situations to
Yes,
them.
don't
Yeah.
hide things
Don't
from
hide
them,
from
or
them.
make up lies and tell them,
Yes.
because that's the first rule. You're teaching them to fib, you're teaching them to be untruth, you're
Yeah.
teaching them to say, well, it's okay to lie, or it's okay to say the untruth. Well, it's not.
Yeah.
So the apple will not fall far from the tree. It is what you, the morals and values that you inculcate. You're absolutely correct. Let this new year be a really new and improve you, and do things the better way.
A new start to things.
And you'll get
Yes.
results that way, you know. But you're right, have conversations, be real with your children. if you know you have $100 and that $100 is when you go to the grocery, that's what you could afford to buy, you have to be real with your children. Say, listen, this is what we can afford, and when we can do better, we'll try to do better, we'll be able to get those things. But right now, we need to get what is necessary, what is important.
And you know what I find is ridiculous? When there is little income in the home, but the father is smoking, he's drinking, 2 or 3 children there without books. I mean, the uniforms are not in order and things like that.
Unacceptable. And then you expect people to help you. You
Yes.
want to get handouts
Yes.
from the government, but you not working, you lineman, you going Cora every Monday making cocoa, you 2-3 days away from your home because you going with your friends on fishing trips, and you drinking and smoking, all of this money you just wasted, and
That's
your
right.
family is without. This
And-
is wrong.
And those are items that are not good for you.
So young ladies and young men, I need to tell you all something. When you choose the mother or father for your children, the person that you choose to live the rest of your life with, I want you to think of all of those things before you get involved. Do your homework. Do an investigation. Find out about this person, the family, their upbringing, the character of this person. There's nothing wrong in doing that. Prevention is better than cure.
Make the wise choices. Make the wise choices.
Look at the red flags.
That's right. You know, and make sure you purchase things that are beneficial for the home, not for you, not the cigarettes, not the alcohol.
That is extremely
That could go to
expensive.
a wiser extent to the children. Make sure they have their books. Well, now they are assisting with books. Government is assisting with books and lunches and things like that. So that's a big help to you.
That is a big help.
That's
Let
a
us
big
face
help,
it.
yes.
Do you know how many
You know,
children
and I must
or
compliment
families
government in
depend on
that.
that meal? So we are grateful for
For
that.
that,
Be
yes.
grateful to the authorities for that.
So if government is doing its part in assisting we, the members of the population, then we ourselves must follow suit and do the wise things and buy what is good for us, good for the children, what we can save for tomorrow, the rainy day. You know, the old people speak of the rainy day. Yeah, you know, so let us prepare for that. All right? But at the same time too, you know, our citizens who are seeking assistance from the public assistance grant, I want to urge the authority to please look at it so that our citizens do not have to wait 8 months and 12 months
Yeah.
and things for
It
assistance.
needs to be revised.
When you're in need, one day is a very long time.
Ms. Rantal, you're correct. There's people, I am telling you, they are still complaining that they're waiting a very long time.
I
to
know
get
that,
there.
Zal. I get
So,
complaints.
let us hope. I was hoping that this new
Yeah,
minister,
yeah.
I think the honeymoon stage is over. I honestly think the honeymoon stage for this government is over and done, and we need to get all those plans and action. We need to see results.
Yeah,
So I
because
trust and
it's
hope that
almost
the
a year
minister-
already.
Yeah.
You know, so things
put
should
some
be.
energy into ensuring that the people's, in terms of getting the whatever grants in a timely manner, so that they could have it to their benefit, especially when it comes to the elderly.
And I like what you say. The grants must be administered in a timely
No,
manner.
People can't be waiting months and months and a year and 2 years. There are people that die waiting, and that's not right.
So something
So-
must be done, and I want to
Yeah,
endorse that.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I think the Christmas season is over, all the giving away with
The
toys
honeymoon
and all
period.
this kind of thing is over and done with. Get serious, get to work, and all these little problems, these square pegs in wrong holes, and all these issues that people are complaining time after time, you need to invest into fixing those problems.
And I endorse that fully.
Yeah.
And that what can happen also, well, officers, public assistance and pension officers, they are entitled to leave. You know, their vacation leave, they are legally entitled to that. And I want to suggest that replacements must be available. So when these officers go on a month leave or 2 months leave or 3 months leave, you have these officers to hold on for them while they are there.
Nice.
You know, so
Excellent.
that the population doesn't, you know, suffer, you know, any further distress.
This is the program Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. We need to go to a quick break. When we return, we continue having this conversation with Mr. Chankaramta, Social Welfare Advisors. We continue to let you know about the public assistant grant and other grants. And you realize that this program today is really about reaching out and giving you the relevant information. You realize it's a little different tune today, and that is because of the new year. Mr. Ramtahal came up with a very brilliant idea, and that is, letting you know of certain things that perhaps you were not aware of. Knowledge is power. Let's go to these messages. Stay with us.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance, is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
Hi, I'm Joanne Ogaro, and welcome to Smart Talk. SMART is the acronym for the Single Mothers Association of Trinidad and Tobago.
And I am Melissa Brown. Smart Talk exists to give single mothers and families real conversation, real data, real advocacy.
And I am Shermaine Wickham Howe, President and Founder of the Single Mothers Association, highlighting all issues affecting single mothers, facts, situation, solution, empowerment. So tune in at 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday on Real TV with Smart Talk.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, our regional and our international viewers. Thank you so much for those of you on Tego, looking at us on Tego, the app. Remember, you can download it on your phone and watch Real TV in real time, anytime. Alright? So tell your friends, tell your family members. Today we are in conversation with Mr. Chankaramta, who's a social welfare advisor, a gentleman who served this land for many, many years, so he knows exactly the ins and the necessities and things that are necessary. And so we are speaking about the public assistant grants. Welcome back, sir.
Right. So today we are dealing with the public assistance grant to highlight, the situation where that can be corrected to be improved to the benefit of our needy citizens. The public assistance grant is provided to meet the needs of persons where the household income is deemed adequate. And how do you know if the household income is inadequate? The person or the head of the household will make an application to the social welfare division for some form of assistance.
Okay.
All right. Once that is made, an officer is assigned to investigate that application, where the officer would come home to the household and, you know, make investigations,
Right.
inspect the surroundings, you know, make inquiries, what is happening, why is it your husband not working, and
Okay.
so you make inquiries, and you develop a social report. Social report is
Okay.
a true picture of what is happening in the household.
Nice.
And that report would indicate whether you recommend a grant, the issuance of a grant, a monthly grant, and social welfare benefits are usually paid on a monthly basis. Whether it's old age pension, public assistance, disability is issued on a monthly basis.
So that officer really determines whether you accept it or not.
That's right. That officer's report carries the weight of the decision whether it is approved or not approved, or might be delayed pending some additional information is missing, and it will be delayed for another month.
So, Mr. Ramtal, may I ask, with regards to when the officer is going to a particular home or different homes, do they announce that they're coming? Do they give warning that they're coming, or they go unannounced?
They usually go unannounced.
Right.
They usually go unannounced.
Because, you know, some people are good
They
actors
could prepare.
and actresses.
That's
they could
right.
be prepared.
Yes.
You know, but I like the fact that they go unannounced,
They
because
go
then
unannounced.
they see exactly what that interpretation is one that is real.
Yes.
Good.
You know,
Excellent.
and that is wise.
Nice.
Because
Yes, it is.
people could prepare for the
Well,
visit.
yes,
you know,
yeah.
so but it is
True.
wise that you go unannounced.
Great.
And it is important that you be honest in your reporting and investigation, that you be honest. Put aside all your bias. Look at the family in its entirety in a way that, you know, that the truth is there to thing, you know, because the truth shall prevail in the end, you know,
Right.
the truth shall prevail, and it's, you know,
Excellent.
yeah. So it is, you know, you better, you do a good report, an honest report, you know, and submit it where, you know, a just decision would be taken by board members. Okay? So, and a person who would qualify, an individual 18 years and over who is certified by a government medical officer as unable to earn a living due to a physical or mental disability. Now, a household may have 6 people or 6 persons, and one person becomes disabled because of some mishap, whether it's mental, physical, or otherwise, and that this person is making an application for assistance because this person is an adult, is supposed to support himself or herself, and because of this condition, he or her is unable to pursue any form of employment.
Okay.
So you besides the doctor's assessment of the person as being disabled, the home social conditions is also assessed.
Okay.
You know, to make sure there is really need in the home, and that is the I think where the field officer will go home, make an visit the home, see the conditions, interview the household members, and make a report.
Okay, great.
And, you know, and that's so that validates the person's
Yes,
application
yes,
or
yes,
that or not.
certainly,
Yes.
certainly.
Okay. Now, an individual whose deceased spouse receives senior citizens pension and public assistance on behalf of the spouse over 55 years of age. That is a person who will qualify, right? So a person receiving senior citizens pension and whose spouse is 55 and over and unemployed, or whose spouse is under 55 but unable to work due to physical or mental disability.
Okay, so we can elaborate on that
Yes.
a little bit.
Good.
So you for the individuals who are already receiving their old age pension, and
Right.
they've got a spouse
Who is 55 and over,
over.
they automatically qualify.
to get a grant.
Right.
Right.
Because more often than not, the husband is head of the home. And if he's getting senior citizens pension, well, and the wife has nothing, she can qualify for a public assistance grant. You know, and that is quite amazing.
That is very good.
That is very good. She
So
could be healthy,
so
but
how
she's
much-
unemployed.
Oh, can you give us an idea of what sort of that grant?
The
would
public
cost?
assistance
Yeah, that
would be
grant.
around $1,300 per month. But if the husband would be receiving between 3,000 or 3,500.
So he could be getting 3 or 3.5,
Five, and the man
she could also qualify
apply for a public
1,300.
assistance grant.
Well, I think that's very good because
Yes.
that could help somewhere
Of
along
course,
the line. 1,300
of course.
is a lot of money.
Easing the situation.
Yeah.
Okay? An individual whose deceased spouse receives senior citizen pension and public assistance on behalf of the spouse over 55 years. So let me read that again. Such a person may include the person to get the public assistance grant. It could be an individual whose deceased spouse received public assistance and public assistance on behalf of the spouse 55. So if the person deceased, if the spouse deceased and the wife is receiving is over 55 years, she could get public assistance.
Excellent.
Good? Who again? A single parent who's unable to earn a living due to caring for a child with a physical or mental disability. We would have pursued that
We
in
did,
another
yes,
area of
So
assistance.
if you have a child that is disabled, you can qualify.
Right.
And I know we spoke about that situation or situations rather where mothers or fathers will give up their job
Jobs, yeah.
to take care of their child or children.
Who again? No, and this confirms it as well. A parent, guardian, or custodian on behalf of a child with a physical or mental disability, which you just discussed, Yazal.
Yeah.
Also, a person on behalf of a child whose parent is deceased, imprisoned, or has abandoned the family and does not provide support despite there being an application or order for maintenance.
Okay.
So let me read that
I would
again.
like you to elaborate on
On
that
that.
because I think we have a lot of cases like that,
Yeah, yeah.
especially with grandparents. And I'm not going to use a harsh word like burdened, but you have to understand that they're elderly people and to take that responsibility of taking care of young children is not
An easy
job,
task,
eh?
yes.
It is not an easy task
So,
at all.
a person who qualifies, a person on behalf of a child whose parent is deceased or imprisoned or has abandoned the family or does not provide support despite there being an application order for maintenance.
And let me tell you something, there are many parents who say to their children, especially, bring the children and I will mind them. You go out and work, or if you're getting an opportunity abroad, you go and we will take care of the children. Or I will. That's how some grandparents think, Or like you just said, a situation where the father may be in jail.
That's
we
right.
don't know.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. And so that assistance I think is amazing.
You just hit the nail on the head when they say, is the spouse of a person serving a term of imprisonment. So if one of the member of the household is serving imprisonment.
Yeah, and that was the person who brought in the dollars to
That's
take care of
right,
the family.
that's
That
right.
income is no longer available. So you can get a grant, get some sort of assistance there. Very good.
Or a person who was cohabitating with a person of the opposite sex for a period of at least 3 years before the latter began serving a term of imprisonment. So if you were in a relationship with a person for at least 3 years and the person earning the income was imprisoned, the other person could get a grant.
Do you need to be legally married? Does it have
A
to
person
be
was
illegal?
cohabitating, they didn't say married.
Right, so living together.
That's right,
Okay.
living together.
A de facto relationship.
Right.
Okay, nice. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Let's go to these messages. Please stay with us.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32 Saddle Road, Maraval.
I am Avinash Singh, former Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. I will be hosting the next Harvest, a forward-looking agricultural TV series exploring innovation, resilience, and opportunity across the Caribbean farming landscape. Join me right here on Real TV every Wednesday at 9 a.m. with repeats. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Brandon Best, and I'm inviting you to join me right here on Real TV, weekdays 6 to 8:30 a.m. for The First Look, as we look at local, regional, and international news and all things entertainment and sport as well. I'm excited to be with you guys weekdays. Come as we look at solutions for your problems and we talk about burning issues as well. I'll see you guys for The First Look right here on Real TV. See you soon.
Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Reminding you at 12 o'clock today, Bridging the Gap with Naka right here on Real TV. You must stick and stay with us. To all of our local, regional, international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us. Today I'm in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtal. He's a social welfare advisor and he's here to share his wealth of knowledge with us when it comes to letting us know, understanding about the grants that are available. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much. And as you have indicated, today we are discussing the Public Assistance Grant, which is, a very popular grant.
Very much so.
Until you would have reached 65 years where you will qualify for old age pension, but in other cases, Right. What are the required application documents? To indicate the grant, the public assistance grant, the amount for one person is $1,300 per month. The amount for two persons is $1,550 per month. Mm-hmm. The amount for three persons is $1,750 per month.
Okay.
And the grant for 4 persons or more. So they don't cater for more than 4 persons, although there might be families bigger than 4 persons.
Okay.
It's $1,900 per month.
Okay.
And so those are the amounts that the applicant will qualify for depending on the amount of persons in the home. What are the required application documents? Of course, computerized birth certificate and an affidavit if necessary. An ID card of the applicant, and I think now children 15 and over are entitled to an ID card.
You
now.
can, yes.
Yes, right? So that can happen too. National insurance information, they would need to write the National Insurance Board to find out if these persons are entitled to any form of assistance. A bank book or recent bank statement, to inquire into your financial status. A marriage certificate where applicable, if there, legality there. The child or children's birth certificate, to indicate.
Now, you indicated to us about a bank statement. There are many people who would be very apprehensive or very concerned about that, because in some situations there are people who over the years would have saved their money. There are people whose children perhaps live abroad and send them money. There are and there are other ways in which people would have accumulated or gained money over the years.
And there would be others with no bank account at all.
None.
None. I can tell you that.
They can't even open a bank account
Yes.
because they don't have any money to open a bank account.
And there are quite a few who would try to save a little penny.
Of course, they put away for rainy days,
For the rainy
later
days,
days,
that's
or
right.
whatever the case is. So they may be concerned, well, if I have some money in the bank, boy, I wonder if I'll be able to.
And that should not hamper the application, because, I mean, a lot of people have bank account and have $50 in it, $500 in it, maybe $1,000 or $2,000, which is negligible when it comes to the cost of living in these times. You know, so that should not hamper them.
Some people some people may have gotten inheritance, some people may have sold a property, you know, different things. There were different ways in which people would have money.
So all I can tell, a pensioner applied for old age pension, and he was supposed to, he has to send a bank statement. He had over $1 million in the bank.
So what happened with him in that
I
situation?
couldn't remember what happened.
But if someone has, that's a
Yes.
very good point you've raised.
Yes.
If someone has a million plus 1.5 in the bank, what happens then?
He would be rejected. It would be rejected, because that amount could sustain you for quite a long time. You know, if it's spent with, you know, within reason.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So that in itself does not debar you from getting. All right.
Understood.
And also for these, for this grant, for the public assistance grant, a death certificate were applicable. So if the father of the home has died and he was the main income earner, you know, that would support it, you know. Other documents relevant to the application, for example, clients may need to complete forms issued by the Social Welfare Office in respect of student enrollment. So if there's a child going to university, all right, and they may need to produce the bank book as against that and the expenses incurred by the child.
Okay, understood.
Right? Receipt of national insurance benefits of oil, you know that if you're receiving benefits, normally it will go through your bank account, so that that information will reveal there.
I am trying to locate someone who could give us some information about national insurance. Because
I'll work on that.
Yes, I would appreciate if I get some intervention
I'll
from
work
you.
on that, yeah.
Really would like to get somebody to come in to talk to us about national insurance as well.
You see, we do not contribute to national insurance, to social welfare benefits. We do not contribute to that.
No.
It's an act of the government in power, whichever government is in power, to assist citizens who find themselves in some difficult situation. All right? And what are some of these situations? The head of the household can be injured and unemployed, or become ill and unemployed, you know, so that that makes it difficult to, you know, to upkeep the home.
And I'm really hoping that the government will not cut if they have to revisit, you know, in the next budget or so, that they don't cut from, or rather that they enhance it.
I will be shocked.
We would be hope.
I will be shocked with that, because, I mean, we have not had an increase for over 7-8 years. And as you know, the cost of everything has gone up. The cost of everything is gone up.
We also know that when it comes to the money that the government has, they don't really have any money to say they could plug or they could raise. So we need to understand that. But I'm hoping that they don't cut the amounts, you know, if ever they have to revisit. So let's hope that that happens.
And the cost of the popular necessities like food, schooling and other issues, the cost of all those items have gone up.
Items went up, and the fact is, there are people who are visiting Trinidad would probably say, but I find things very cheap here.
Yes.
Because they bring their US dollars, and
That's
when
right.
they compare to the prices in the States, let me tell you something, if you think the States is better, you're looking for greener grass, be careful of what you do and the choices you make, because let me tell you something, prices are extremely expensive.
And you're paying with US dollars.
Right? So the point I'm making is, yes, we may have specials, and yes, we may have things that are affordable, but when you have to be on a special diet, or you make the choice to eat healthy, then support the local farmers and go local and have fruits and vegetables that are in season, and let's support local. But really, when you think of the things that you want to, if you have to eat healthy, of course the prices of those items are a bit more. Medication is a bit more as well. So when when you're living here and you're in the hot waters, only then you know. And so there are lots of, so we need to be mindful of these things, get what is necessary, support local, support our farmers, support local, or local fruits and vegetables, what is in season, have it. You know what I mean? Make the choice to support local.
And get the items that are really needed, the important items that are really needed, not the cigarettes, the alcohol.
That killing you and
Yeah.
causing harm.
Yes.
To not just you but your family as well. That's the fact,
Yeah.
You make a personal choice, but do you ever think of your family, the immediate family, the household?
That's right.
Be able to take that responsibility or that role as a parent seriously. There are people that do take it very seriously, and then there are people that are just not bothered.
And as a parent, it is important that you work with your child, talk with your child who's growing into adult. What to buy, why to buy it, what is important, let them know what is important, and those are the things to get.
And if you know you cannot support or you cannot give a child what is due to them, don't have kids. Make that choice. Don't bring them here to suffer or to be the responsibility of others. We do have very kind people, a lot of NGOs in the country that do give out and help with food and books and different things like that. But don't have children if you know you can't afford it. Don't.
And always try to get something that you can afford.
Exactly.
That you can afford. Not because Tom down the road has a top class car, you want to get a top class car and you don't have the resources.
Exactly.
And
Get
you-
up every morning and
That's
cook
right.
some food and carry it to work. Make
That's
some
right.
sandwiches.
That's right.
You want to buy food every day and then complain I have no money.
Do the things that make sense.
Exactly.
Do the things that make sense. That's the work of a wise person. Do what makes sense.
Learn to save. Learn to save. Even if it's $20. Teach your children these things from small. To work with a budget. Save. Let them know I have a little piggy bank and let them save. And at the end of the year, tell them that's yours. It's yours. It belongs to you. You saved it. But you have to decide what you're going to do with it. Are you going to get something that you want, or are you going to get something that you need? These are little things that we take for granted that are very important that we need to teach our children. How to budget, how to spend money, how to be wise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's advice in terms of money management.
It's a new year.
Yeah,
Change. Let things out with the old, in with the new. Have new formulas so you get better results and good solutions. If you know over the years, history keep repeating itself, you find yourself the same thing over and over and over, then get a different formula in order to get a different result.
Yes.
We've got to wrap things up. Let me thank you kindly, sir. God bless you. We look forward to seeing you next week.
It's my pleasure, Zal,
Thank
and may
you,
you and your staff have a safe and wonderful week ahead.
Thank you. God bless you as well. This is where we're going to wrap things up for today, reminding you at 12 o'clock, Bridging the Gap with NACA. and great programming right here as we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions on Real TV, bringing reality to you. Here's reminding you, my friends, that with God and only God, all things are possible. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Be safe, be happy. See you tomorrow. Thanks for choosing us.